Hello, my name is Kirioth, and today we are going to take a look at a few models from Shieldwolf Miniatures. Now, these are from their Imperium Immortalis and Imperium Desertum lines. Both of them, in fact, are currently up on Kickstarter. The Imperium Immortalis line is being like expanded and updated, and the Imperium Desertum line is a new one that they've done. And of course, they will look in style somewhat familiar to you. If you are a fan of, say, the Death Corps of Krieg, or indeed Talon, then these lads will have a look that you will no doubt appreciate. I have to say, I'm honestly really impressed with these. For a start, firstly, something that is quite nice is the scale is just right. They've done the scale just right. I've tested this against some Imperial Guard miniatures that I've got, just the standard Cadian squad that I found. I hadn't realised that I still had some, but I do. That happens a lot around here. I just find stuff that was lying around, and they are spot on the right sort of scale. They would fit in nicely next to some tanks or something of the sort, funnily enough. But yeah, these are, as you can see them, basically untouched. They've had a tiny bit of cleanup done, basically just enough to make it so that they can be put together. So that means taking off the occasional bit of sprue, also taking a tiny bit of flashing off a couple of them. I will say the one that had the most flashing was the chap on the camel, but I was actually really surprised. I've had a few miniatures with like significant flashing from various companies, including like Games Workshop and Forge World, that have been like a pain to clean up. Something that I really liked about the lad on the camel is the fact that I basically touched the flashing and it just fell off. It was the most unobtrusive cleanup I've ever had to do on something like that. It was kind of took it out and went, okay, this could take some work, poked it, oh, it's clean now. Oh, nice, okay, cool. Nice, lovely surprise. In terms of like overall detail and overall feel, I really like these. I think they've done a really good job with them. The ogres for the Imperium Desertum have got like a really nice feel to them. The kind of wrappings look really good, and they've been done in a really nicely detailed way. The way they've done the armor plating as well works really nicely. Overall, I'm just really impressed with these. The way that they come out in terms of components, they're super easy to put together. There's really not much work required to get them to fit properly. Really, I'd say maybe a tiny bit of green stuff filling here and there, but that is something that if you want like that perfect kind of fit on a lot of stuff, you kind of need to do that. I mean, the last few things I've put together from like Games Workshop, for instance, I've needed to do a bit of green stuff filling. You just get gaps. You can leave them if you like and it looks fine, but if you want that seamless join, then quite often it's worth putting that little bit of extra time in. I don't think it's strictly necessary with these. I wouldn't say that you absolutely have to do it for it to look good. I think they look fine without, but going that little extra will just nicely finish it off, so to speak. I really like the overall design of these. Like, I think they've done a really good job with the way they look. The armor plating and stuff on the Imperium Immortalis ogres looks really good. Nice and chunky, nice and like simple, but it just adds that extra layer of it just makes them look thick and girthy, which, as you know, I'm a fan of that sort of thing. I like that. And the gas masks look really cool. I really like those. There's just such nice little details on them. There's a whole bunch of different weapons options as well. I was honestly surprised by how many weapons options there are, and some of them are I love the fact that the spade is included. Smacking someone with a shovel is it's what you need, and when I put the other two together for painting, I will absolutely be giving one of them a shovel to hit people with. A shovel and a shield, clearly the best weapon combination, let's be honest. In terms of things like release agent, that sort of thing, they have come out super clean. They didn't really require much in the way of messing with at all. As I say, the amount of cleanup was pretty minimal. There's a few like mold lines here and there that I could do with removing, but they will be done before I paint them. This was basically a straight out of the box, straight put together, and showing some of the weapons options, so you had a good idea of exactly what is going on with these. As you can see, there's not a huge amount of tidying up that really needs doing to them. They've come through without much work needing to be done at all, which I much prefer it. Much prefer it when I get stuff and I start taking it out of the box and go, oh, I don't have to do much here. This is great. This is brilliant. The sooner you can get to putting it together, the sooner you can get to spraying it, and the sooner you can get to painting it. That's the That's the nicest way to receive models, in my opinion, when you don't have to do hardly anything to get them ready. So yeah, overall, I'm pretty impressed with these. I've not had anything from Shieldwolf Miniatures before. It's a company that I've often kind of looked, especially at their like armored personnel carrier they did for their Sisters of Faith female paladins range they did, which basically Plastic Sisters before Plastic Sisters existed. Ahead of the curve on that one, well and truly ahead of the curve. But I've often looked at those and kind of toyed with the idea, so it's nice to have got something to be able to take a look at, and yeah, I'm impressed with these. They look decent. There's currently a Kickstarter running for Imperium Desertum. There's a whole bunch of different units and models and sculpts, and they've expanded their Imperium Immortalis line as well, so it's definitely worth going and checking those out. There's some really nice sculpts in there, and if they come out even close to what I was sent, then the quality of them will be really, really good as well. So yeah, I really do recommend you go and check that out. You'll find a link to Shieldwolf Miniatures in the description down below, so you can go and check out their website. I'm really, really happy that they got in touch and sent these over, because as I say, I really like these. I'm looking forward to painting them. It should be a lot of fun. I feel like there's going to be a lot of room for nice little details on these. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments what you think of these. Let me know if you've had any experience with Shieldwolf Miniatures in the past, whether you went for the Sisters of Faith that they did. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't click it if you don't want to. And as always, there's an affiliate link in the description which you can use to support the channel if you would like. I leave it in your capable hands. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.